All right, so we're doing 10-4, which is solving combined inequalities. So we've solved inequalities already, and now we have combined ones. Yes, we're skipping 10-3. We're not doing that section whatsoever. So yeah. All right, so we have, we're gonna start, I'm gonna show you some graphs of some of these. Some of these you should already know. I'm gonna rewrite this with the x facing forward. So I'm gonna have that, it's gonna be open, and it's gonna be -2. So I know that means I'm going to have a -2, and have an open circle to the right for x is greater than -2. Now I'm going to look at x is less than 3, so I'm going to have 3 right here, and it's going to be an open circle to the left. And now we have -2 is less than x, which is what we just graphed, and we have this one, x is less than 3, which we just graphed as well. And this is what the graph looks like. It's an open circle over both of them. It's actually the part in between them. And if you think about it, the and, which we're going to get to in just a second, and means that they both have to be true. So not only does x have to be greater than -2, it also has to be less than 3. So if you think about it, that's going to be this area, if you look at both of them, in between. That's where they both overlap, right? It's where they both cross, so that means both of them are going to be true. So that's why we have this right here. So I'm going to erase that. I don't know if they'll erase it for me. Okay, whatever. So now if you have an or situation, that means either one has to happen. Okay, so that means that only one of them has to be true. Okay, and actually for this one, you have a -2 right here, and you have a 3, it's actually going to be all real numbers. The reason why is if we look at the original ones up here, okay, I'm going to take a different color. If you look on the left side over here, right, we have everything up to there. So everything from here and here works, because at least it's true for x is less than 3. But we also have everything from here to here works. Okay, so that means if I like kind of bring it down, anything from right here would work, because no matter what number I pick, it's either -2 is less than x, or x is greater than -2, or x is less than 3. It's being covered by everything. And whatever, I can't ever get that one to erase. But so therefore, so there you have those graphs. I'm going to explain it a little bit differently in words now. So we have conjunction. So conjunction is when we use and. So when we have that and one in red up there, that's a conjunction. Okay? So to solve a conjunction, you find the values of the variable for which both sentences, so both parts, are true. Okay? They both have to be true. And a conjunction can be written either as -2 is less than x, and x is less than 3. Or we could also write it as -2 is less than x, which is less than 3. Either one, so that's one way, that's the other way. Okay? Rule of thumb, if they give you a problem with and in it, you can keep your answer as and. If they don't, then you need to keep it like this. I don't want you going back and changing. I prefer using this one, when possible. That's just my preference. Now, disjunction. Hopefully you've guessed it, it's or, okay? So when they have or, it has to be one or the other. So to solve a disjunction, you find the values of the variable for which at least one of the sentences is true. Okay, so that means that one, this is like a shorter way to say it, one or the other, or both are true. So at least one, at least, but both of them could be true. Note, a disjunction can be written as this. You can actually write one, which we never actually do. Y is greater than 2, or y equals 2. Or you have y is greater than or equal to 2, right? That's how we write it. Y is greater than or equal to 2. It either has to be greater than 2 or it has to be equal to 2. Okay? So there you have it. Now, Obviously, we prefer to do this one if possible, but again, if it has an or situation, sometimes the only way to write it is with or. So just be careful what you're doing. If you have any questions about it, let me know. Now we're going to actually start doing some. So it says, draw the graph of each open sentence. Okay, so I always kind of have two graphs because I do have my one that helps me figure it out, and then I can rewrite one. So I'll show you. So here's my graph. Well, this one, okay. And then we have, actually it's with 5. So we have t is less than 5. So that means an open circle to the left. But it also says, and t is greater than or equal to 5. So therefore, we have greater than, I'm going to grab, it would be an open circle closed circle right here, and here. If you look at this, where do they cross? The only thing that they remotely cross at would be right here. But this is an open circle. An open circle is just there to show that that's where it starts, because you can have a number you could have a 4.9999999. But the thing is, it's not, 5 isn't actually true for this first one. So do they ever cross? Nope. If they don't cross in an and situation, there's no solution. If you don't have a lap over, no solution. Now, on the other hand, we can do this. We have 5, and again, I'm doing the same thing, graphing it this way, and then I'm going to do a closed circle this way. Only one of them has to be true. So if I kind of put them at the same level, if I were to erase this one and kind of connect it with this one, it'd be right here, and that would be all real numbers. Because no matter what number I pick, it either works for this one or it works for this one. So I've covered all my bases. Now we're going to solve the conjunction and graph its solution set. I'm going to show you 2 ways to solve it. First way is we can rewrite this using an and. So I can say that -3 is less than or equal to x minus 2, and x minus 2 is less than 4. Now, let me just show you. This is your first one, and this is your second one, okay? You do not split up the x minus 2. This middle one, they both have to have that middle one. That's not the one I was thinking of, okay? They both have to have that middle one. So I split them up. So now I can solve them separately. We know how to solve them separately. I'm going to add 2 on both sides. So then we get -1 is less than or equal to x, and we have add 2, and we get x is less than 6. I'm going to combine them back together because that's how they start it. So I'm going to say -1 is less than or equal to x, which is less than 6. I'm going to put that as my answer. Okay, and now I need to graph it. And I don't know if you remember when on the first set of video notes we had for this, I told you that if they're both going the same way and it's going from smallest to largest, x is in between them, that means that you're going to graph the middle part. That means it's in between the two. So I'm going to have a closed circle here because it's equal to, open circle here, and go in the middle. If you can't see that right away, that's fine. You can actually graph them. Here, let me show you. I'm going to erase this graph in a second, probably. -1, 6. I can graph them separately. -1 is less than or equal to x, which is saying x is greater than or equal to -1. So I know it would have to go this way. And the other one is x is less than 6. Where do they cross? Right here. So that's why this is my final graph. I'm just showing you multiple different ways. Now I'm going to scoot this over a little bit, and I'm actually going to show you how to solve it a different way. So -3 is less than or equal to x minus 2, which is less than 4. You can make it 3 sides. We have 1 side, 2 sides, 3 sides. Oops. And we're just going to do the same thing that we do for every side. So I'm going to add 2 to the middle because that's what it needs to happen, but I'm going to add 2 to the left. I'm going to add 2 to the right. And that gives me -1 is less than or equal to x, which is less than 6. Done. And then I would graph the same thing as before. Solving a disjunction. Oh man. Okay, so again, just all you're going to do is separately. Add 1. So 2w is less than 4. Divide by 2. W is less than 2. this one, I'm going to subtract W. So I get 2W is greater than or equal to 10, divide by 2. So W is greater than or equal to 5. And remember, put or is in your answer. Okay, so graph it. 2, W is less than or equal to 2, and then 5, close circle to the right, and there we have it. It's either way. Sorry for the long video notes, but it's important.